Okay, I am at Myakka River State Park and I am waiting for the gate to open at 8 a.m. and I'm going to get a pass to hike down to Deep Hole. I'm going to go into the lower lake area. They only allow so many people in each day to the wilderness area, the lower lake. So that's why I'm here early, so I can get a pass, fill that information out, and then it's a mile drive up the road to the entrance to the lower lake where you can park and hike in. So now you have to enter this building here as you enter the park, and you have to go in and you have to fill out some paperwork to get the pass. Okay, I have my official pass to get in. I'm good to go. Again, a mile drive down the road to the lower lake. I'll give you the code to the gate so you can get in and park, but you have to keep this pass with you at all time, and then you have to return the pass back to the ranger station by 5 o'clock today. So that's the deal. All right, off we go. Okay, we are here at the Myakka River State Park Wilderness Preserve. We're about to enter the gate. We're going to head off to Deep Hole. You see the sign back there for Deep Hole. That's the direction we're going to go. We're going to see how many species we can tally up on the hike down to Deep Hole and what we see at the lower lake and at Deep Hole. Great spot typically for alligators, particularly if the water level's low. Although the water level at the park right now I wouldn't consider to be particularly low, but I think we'll still see some good numbers of alligators when we get down there. We're going to hike it out. Here we go. Let's do it. Okay, we got one of our first species here. Got a Carolina Wren calling back here. See if we can hear him. There he is. And lots of vultures at the park. Turkey vultures and black vultures in huge numbers. I got a bunch of them up in the sky up here to the right. I'm gonna continue on down here. And by the way, we're just entering into this open prairie here, this tall grass, which they do manage down here at the park. I have actually seen a burn here once off of State Route 72. If they let it just kind of go, and they don't do these burns in particular over the years, you know, they found out that that just wasn't good for the ecosystem here. You know, fire is a natural thing that would take place, and when that fire was being suppressed for many years, things really kind of got out of balance. So the management of the park here, as far as that's concerned, seems to be doing a pretty good job. Let's continue on down the road. We got a long ways to go. Here we go. Just had a doe, a white-tailed deer, just run across the path here. But anyway, just want to show you more of this open prairie here. Really beautiful habitat, just spectacular. You can hear the vehicle traffic here right off of 72 in the distance, but I think when we get a little further down, we probably won't hear much of that road traffic, although we're going to hear airplanes overhead most certainly, which I hear overhead right now. Okay, I just wanted to point something out here real quick. And so when you see these little mounds, those are fire ants. And I will just tell you that you do not want to ever step on one of those. If you do, you'll only do it once. They're an invasive species. They're not native to North America. And they're really kind of all over the park here and all over Florida for that matter. And they like this soft sand, this type of soil. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, another new species, nothing real exciting, just a pair of crows, but hey, I like crows. And you can get both fish crow and American crow here. There's one of them actually flying back over this way. And these were American crows only because, the only reason I know that is because I heard them call. So they're not fish crows, but we certainly could get fish crow here. and we'll keep an eye out. There's another turkey vulture soaring right up over the trees here. So anyway, we added American crow to our list. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, it's nice they do have some signage out here, which is kind of interesting. It's nice to kind of obviously help educate the public. So here you go, it's talking about the prescribed burns and the fire that they do here. But this is nice that they, again, help educate the public as to what's going on here. And you can see, again, this vast open prairie that's here, you know, and this is really interesting habitat. And there's really, you know, probably not a lot of it left in this area. And the fact that they've protected, you know, this particular part of Sarasota County and Florida here for Myakka River State Park, you know, this is very critical. You know, a lot of this habitat here in Florida is being developed. I mean, you can, you know, drive up 72, you know, closer to Sarasota, and there were huge areas over there that were, you know, it was cow pastures and that sort of thing, but it's all been developed. I shouldn't say all of it. A lot of it has been developed over the years. Again, I've been coming here for over 20 years, and it's really amazing just to see how the development is kind of continuing to march down 72 and get closer to the park. So let's keep moving on down the road. Here we go. Just had a red-shouldered hawk calling over here. Also had a cardinal calling back here. And a red-bellied woodpecker just called. That's a red-shouldered. Lots of red shoulders in the park, very common. Of a buteo that you're gonna see, I would say 95% of the time it's gonna be a red shoulder. Lots of ground to cover. Let's keep moving, here we go. It's a long hike, a long ways to go. Sun just came out, peeked between the clouds. Beautiful, beautiful light here in the morning. Just want to again just show you this habitat. Just stunning, absolutely stunning, just so beautiful. Again, you just don't see a lot of this habitat around. Anyway, again, I just wanted to just show you what this looked like here real quick. So let's continue on. Again, we got a long way to go to get to Deep Hole. Here we go. Okay, we're just exiting now out of the open prairie here and making our way into this canopy here behind me. Lots of live oaks, the Spanish moss, really just beautiful, just stunning. Keep in mind, if you're gonna do this hike, there are no bathroom facilities or picnic areas or any of that sort of thing like you have in the main part of the park. Here, this is the wilderness area, so you gotta bring it in and bring it out. Make sure you bring your water, have a good pair of hiking shoes of some kind, you know, a hat, keep the sun off you. I actually have my other hat behind me here. This is my, if you watch my hats video, by the way, this is my new, or somewhat new, Mass Audubon hat here, but I have my, my other hat here, which I might have to don in a little bit. But yeah, make sure you bring some water with you because you got a long hike back and forth. Okay, we've got a little bit of distance to cover here, so let's keep going. Here we go. Okay, in this little canopy area here, you can hear this red belly back here probably calling. There's also a catbird that was just teed up and I heard it calling. There's the catbird again. I think yellow rump warbler, another cardinal. Thought I had a palm warbler over here, or two. And lots of vultures up now. They're probably, I don't know, 20 or 30, almost all black vultures it looks like. Yeah, these are all black vultures up here. Gnatcatcher, blue-gray gnatcatcher just called. So picking up a few species, this nice little area, this little canopy here, there's a gnatcatcher calling again. You get into this type of habitat and that's where you expect to find some of these songbirds. And again, a lot of these birds are wintering down here in Florida this time of the year, these gnatcatchers and palm warblers and yellow rump warblers. Again, this is the type of habitat that they like, and Florida is a great place in the winter for them to spend the winter before they head back north in the spring. Okay, let's move on. Here we go. Okay, just off to the right here is to Deep Hole, which is ultimately where we're going to go, but I'm not going to go that way because the lake is just off here to the left as we're heading out. So I'm going to head down to the lake. We're going to take a look down there first. I might be able to walk the shoreline, I'm not sure. If not, we'll come back up and we'll take this path to Deep Hole. But regardless, we're almost there. We're really close. Going to be there in just in a few minutes and see what we can find. Okay, here we go. Just made it to the lower lake here. That sign back there with deep hole, I mean from there to here was maybe a minute walk. That's how close it was. Got a few species here, including, unfortunately I missed the photo opportunity. This snowy egret back here had a snake and a great egret was chasing it. But there goes a tricolor. Who's calling? There goes the tricolor right there. There's a snowy egret, a little blue, and there's a great blue heron right over here. So already racked up a lot of the wading birds here. Now keep in mind, here at Myakka River State Park, you can see every long-legged wading bird that you would want to see in Florida here at the park, except for reddish egret, and I'm not counting whooping crane. I'm not adding that in because that's probably kind of unfair to kind of lump that in at the moment, although whooping crane can be found in Florida, but not in this area. But anyway, I'm just going to do a quick scan here, see what species we can pick up. Another great egret, great blue. Oh, got a downy woodpecker over here, just added another one, female downy. Okay, another new species. Have a handful of tree swallows flying low over the grass over here. Again, that's another species you'd expect to see here in the winter. Tree swallows winter in Florida in quite large numbers. In fact, some years, in certain areas, you can see these just absolutely enormous flocks of tree swallows. So definitely a swallow species you could expect to see here in the winter would be tree swallow. Continue to deep hole. We are really close to deep hole right now. Here we go. Sandhill Crane. Lone bird flying the direction I'm going. Might get Sandhill Crane down there, it's possible. And our red-bellied woodpecker was calling back here too. There he is. The crane's still going at it. Okay, so I'm gonna keep on moving, gotta get to deep hole. We're almost there, let's go. Oh, BlackNeck Stilt, that's nice. Oh, a pair of them actually. So this is a lower lake, and deep hole is directly in front of me. Okay, a little closer to deep hole. Oh, didn't mean to scare them. They're coming back. These are a flock of least sandpipers. Again, another species you can expect to see here in the winter. And also, oh, here they go right past us. Oh, they landed right in front of me. There's about 50 of them in a small flock. There was also a pair of yellow legs that flew off. This is nice. Unfortunately, if I go to move now, I'm going to spook them. They're actually getting closer. How cool is that? Okay, unfortunately, I'm going to have to move. I think that's going to spook them a little bit. Sorry, guys. I'm at deep hole, and unfortunately in a little bit of mud here, but that's the way it goes. I had to change my hat, too. Sun off me, and I'm going to try to maybe do a little photography when I'm here. But directly in front of me is probably about I would say at least a 10-foot alligator. Two more in the water and another one up on shore just to my left. And just a quick scan here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 more there. And there's probably a couple dozen up on shore back here, which is a lot of alligators. But I'll tell you, when I kayaked down here a few years ago when the water level was much lower, it was literally a sea of alligators. I mean, there must have been close to 100 of them. But it's just really just an interesting place to spend the morning or afternoon, because again, you get down here. Now, there were just two more people that were here when I arrived. They've left. Two more people came in, they turned around and left. I am right now the only person anywhere that I can see. There's nobody else here. You don't get this sort of opportunity just to be by yourself and just take it all in and experience no other humans around you. You just don't. you know, even again up in the upper lake, you can get into areas where there are not a lot of people, but you almost certainly are going to run into people at some point, almost no matter where you go. But not here. It's just fantastic, just beautiful. Oh, what do we got here? Blue-winged teal. Oh God, it was a flock of 30 or 40 blue-winged teal. And what do we got here? Another anhinga, I think. Yep. So a few more bird species we're picking up. Common gallinoo, just calling off to the far side of Deep Hole. Just had a pair of white pelicans go overhead, and there's a pair of bald eagles. One was chasing the other. Yeah, they're off in the distance now. They're just over the tree line. And 4 spoonbills that landed in these trees over here that I got a few kind of so-so photos of. There's a glossy ibis up over here, so lots of wading birds, shorebirds, these bald eagles again, these white pelicans. Let's see what we got down here as well. Yeah, a little blue tricolor, another anhinga, great blue, great egret, another great egret, 2 more great blues, another little blue, another great blue, anhinga, wood stork. Got a wood stork over here. I think that's our first wood stork. Another great blue, great blue. Boy, a lot of alligators. A lot of alligators. Man, this place is unbelievable. Okay, folks, that's it for this morning. I've absolutely enjoyed my time here at Myakka River State Park. You will too. Come on out, explore the park. You're going to have a fantastic time. If you want to come here to the lower lake and Deep Hole, remember you got to fill out that form at the entry building when you get here first. You can't come here otherwise. They only let 30 people in here a day, but you're going to love it. You're going to have a fantastic time. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos here on Exploring the Natural World. And as always, remember, please help protect wildlife and help protect wild places. Cheers.